All right.
Welcome to episode 12 of Rock Talk with the Silver Fox. Today, I'm going to be talking to some guys that I've known, I'd have to say, 5, 6, 7 years now. I need to stop with the ums. They gotta have to be one of the most people looking forward to hearing them that I've ever seen. Because they have over 5,000 likes on Facebook. I've tried booking them 3 or 4 times. And you watch their videos, you watch everything they have, and you know their history, which we'll get into today. And everybody's just dying to see him on stage, and to include myself. Today I'm talking to Sean, Ryan, and Max from Ruins. How you guys doing today, man?
Very, very good. Thanks for having us.
Good.
Yeah, thank you.
So I kind of prepped that whole thing. When I first saw your video, It's Not Unusual, when you did that remake, which, by the way, we have to talk about that. That thing is incredible.
Thanks.
When are you coming out? Serious. I mean,
for one, when we can, when shows are a thing again, for one. But then, as soon as we're ready, we just finished enough songs to actually play a set. That was the biggest thing for the longest time, is not having a set ready. But now, obviously, without being able to play shows, we had enough time to put them together and record and stuff. So now it's just rehearsal. So hopefully soon.
And we're working on a music video too. So
Yeah.
Yep. In a couple
It's kind
of
of one of
weeks.
those things where it's like,
busy.
yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, obviously COVID's bad and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, for us, it was kind of like an odd, perfect timing, because we had stuff we had to do anyway. We were changing from, different bands and everything. So it's like, well, we want to try to find our new, I guess, sound, or how we're going to work together as just the 3 of us. So I was like, well, we kind of have some time now,
Yeah. A lot of time now.
Yeah, we have recorded.
Well, I wasn't sure how long it would be, but yeah, we have time.
We had recorded quite a bit before COVID broke out, and then once it started hitting hard, we had a few more things to record, and then we've been spending the last year mixing and
When we have time,
sending bounces back and forth, and just nonstop, and doing that all ourselves, and figuring out, well, if Sean's voice is a little louder, then the bass has to go down, or, trying to balance all those different sounds coming from the speaker.
Over Zoom.
Can you get a little closer to your mic?
Over Zoom, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we had Ryan and I got new computers between all that too, so we had lots of transferring of files and hopefully not losing things. And we did lose we had a whole bunch of corrupted vocal tracks that we had to redo, and then figuring that out over Zoom, being able to record over Zoom and everybody hearing it, and then figuring out half the time nobody was listening to stereo audio, which messed it all up again, and then Zoom timing out every 45 minutes, so we had to pay for it, trying to be cheapskates and not get that far, but eventually we had to. But recording an album, mixing it, that was kind of stressful, but it's fun.
And you can even pay for that 45 minutes, and sometimes it still times out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Happened to me when I was talking to Amberstein last week.
Nice.
Yeah, I was talking to Dee from JJO a couple weeks ago, and I asked her, some of her favorite acts in the area, and you guys came out right on top. She said she really loved Ruins.
She's so nice.
And, it was a great interview. It's fun to watch. Go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. Yeah. It's on Spotify. She agreed with me, number one, when are you coming out? And whose idea was it to pull Tom Jones out of your back pocket?
I think I brought it up, and then just when I'm like, hey guys, just listen to the lyrics, and then everybody seemed on board that it made sense to that it shouldn't be the song that it was originally.
Yeah, I think even in the Hallowell days, you were talking about covering that.
Yeah.
And I remember blowing it off and being like, that's pretty weird. But then once we got this band going, then, I read the lyrics. I'm like, oh, yeah, you don't you don't see that in the song because it's all, high tempo, and you think of Carlton.
Yeah, Carlton
dancing.
dance. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, actually the lyrics are pretty cryptic. So, yeah, and it was cool that we had the lyrics that were dark, so then we made all dark music for the most part. I mean, that doesn't really sound like the original song at all in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
And
the
then-
video got dark as shit.
Yeah. That was fun.
Oh man.
It looked fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think Ryan enjoyed it more than the rest of it.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say, we obviously created some of that stuff, or built some stuff, cut some things, whatever, to make all the props we needed. But some of that stuff was just a product of where we were. So it was
Yeah.
like that one scene with me with all the mannequins. Like, we would have never done that had there been no mannequins. But you're walking through this building at the Broadhead Manor, and you're seeing all this stuff, and it's like, well, I could use that. I can make a super
Yeah.
creepy character out of that stuff. Like, all right, well, I know what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be creepy as hell, but there's all
And
this
that's,
stuff here. Might as well use it.
that's a haunted house in
Yeah.
Broadhead. So
Oh, yeah, I know what it
there's
is.
stuff waiting for us to use.
Yeah, a setup haunted house, and if you believe in that stuff, a real haunted house as well. If they said something like the room that Max actually had to shoot in was supposed to be like one of the most haunted places in the area, which that was kind of fun. It was definitely, whether it was or wasn't, it was creepy either way.
Yeah.
Well, we all
Right.
know
Yeah, I
a
was gonna say,
certain
I'm not-
median that's in the Broadhead area, and she will tell me that place is haunted as fuck.
Yeah, it's whether it is or not. Like just walking through that place, you're always just like, ugh.
Yeah,
Like,
you're on edge.
Yeah.
I'm not really open
Start
to that
walking a
kind of
little
stuff,
bit faster.
But I was just like waiting for something to happen the whole time.
Yeah, the feeling you have as a kid going in your basement and then you turn the lights off and sprint up the stairs. That's
Yeah.
the whole time there is
Yeah.
you just feel that way.
As a kid, I still do that shit. It's like after you get done watching a scary movie or something, you're like, all right, time to go to the bathroom. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, there's somebody behind me.
The best part is we set up for Ryan's scene and everyone's in the room ready to shoot. It's really quiet and Max bumped a mannequin and they're all set up all around the room and everyone, avalanche, just like 25 mannequins all just fell over and everyone just about had a heart attack because it's an old shower room, so it just echoes and it's so loud and we're all creeped out to start. And it was great. And everyone just turns to him and was like, what the heck, man?
That was really awesome.
Max
though.
standing over there like, my bad.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, did Ryan have to redo his lipstick?
that was one
That was a
take.
one time. One take.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
Nailed it. I'm good at this crossover stuff. It ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah, that was. I think that was my first taste of what Ruins was going to be. Because
Lipstick
I know you got.
Lipstick and mannequins. Yeah.
and creepy ass dudes.
Well, no, I know you. I've known you guys, like I said, for a while. I mean, we've been on tour together when you were in Hollowell, and we've done different things together. And the rumor all around, and even confirmed by you guys during some of my other conversations, is Hollowell's now in the past.
Yep.
We are now Ruins.
Mhm.
And we're going to leave Hollowell sit right there, let it be what it was, as good as it was, as great as it was.
hmm
Now we're Ruins.
Yeah.
We're not bringing that with us.
Yeah. We
And so-
tried to see if it would work, just to pull them out every once in a while, but it's just way too hard as a 3-piece. Going from 5, cutting down to having, Ryan and I used to sing backup, and now we've got to sing a lot more. And play and sing all the stuff at the same time, try and play 2 guitar parts at the same time. It just wasn't possible. It didn't sound the same. And we had so much drama with singers and stuff and so much effort put into that. It was kind of a nice clean break to just be like, that part's over with. Let's just move on.
That had to be a running joke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't a joke after a while, dude.
Yeah, no, not a
But I think it was one of those things. I think it was one of those things too, where it's like you have a vision for what the songs are supposed to be, and you put all the elements together, and it's like, okay, this is the sound we want, or whatever. And then you go through all those hoops, and it's like these songs aren't going to be played the way they're supposed to be. We're not going to give them the time they deserve because we just don't have the people to do it. So it's like, I don't think we wanted to put out like half product where it's like, yeah, this is kind of us.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's just do something totally different then. All that stuff is super awesome. We all love it, and hopefully everyone else enjoys it. But there's just a new thing that we're going to try to do, you know?
That, and Ryan and I sang backup before, and we've never really been singer. You were a singer in the past. Your old band, you sang. But I did not at all, and now I have to sing. I'm like, okay, if we do Hallowell stuff, I'm going to get compared to actual singers, and I'm like pulling double duty with it too. I'm like, that's just so much stress on it too. I don't really want to do that either.
But you're not a bad singer. Neither one of you are. I mean, you're good.
Yet to be seen live.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've put a lot of work into being non-singers trying to do something that singers normally do, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like we've worked pretty hard at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely one of those things where once you've remixed and re-recorded and all this kind of stuff with all those old tracks, it's like, I love these songs. They'll have a special place in my heart, but I cannot keep playing and listening to the same things over and over again because of all the issues, you know? So it's like, well, let's start clean.
Yeah.
You know?
Every song has a memory attached to it of a negative show or an experience with trying to get somebody to play it right or something they forgot or something like that. So every time you play it, you just think about that every time. So it's easy to just kind of put it away.
And we've got
obviously there was tons of positives, you know, with Perkins and all that kind of stuff as we'll get to. There's a lot of cool memories with all of our stuff too, but yeah, that negative stuff kind of weighs on me a little bit.
That was
Max, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Max. I can go back to what I was doing. Go ahead, sir.
well, I'm just saying we've got a good formula between the three of us as far as working a relationship and getting stuff done. So, you know, you put more people into that and it's just going to get complicated. And then, you know, you're 6 months, a year into it and it's like, oh, this person really likes to do drugs instead of crap. And you're like, oh, crap. You know what I mean? What are we going to do now? So, I mean, it's just like, you know, so that was part of it too. It's like, we got a good thing between the three of us. Let's make some new music and see how it goes.
I can totally agree with you. When Left of Reason, when Holden moved on,
that sounds like he died.
No. Holden is alive and well. We're all very good friends with him. He still shows up to our practices. He'll show up to a show if it's local and sing and stuff. But we auditioned a lot of people, a lot. And the chemistry just wasn't there, or they didn't have the gear, or they didn't have the availability. You give them like 3 songs, come up. This is a note for anybody who wants to audition for a band. If they give you 2 or 3 songs and they tell you to learn one, learn one.
Yeah.
Bring your instrument with you to the audition.
Don't call them 20 minutes after it was supposed to start and let them know you need a ride.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've had a couple of times.
We ran into that a few times, and then one day, you know, Matt just said, let's try it as a 3-piece. We've been practicing. We haven't stopped practicing while we're auditioning.
Yeah.
And I can tell you personally as a manager, every person you add, you double your workload.
Yeah, totally.
I love 3.
Yeah. It's easy. It's so much easier.
And
less personalities to manage with each other, and
well, and it was kind of one of those things where it started with us 3, you know.
It was really all 3 of us the whole time.
Yeah, it was the whole time. So it was like, we just keep adding more people in this room, but we're still doing all the work. So it's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I get it. So I'm just gonna do 1, maybe 2 Hallowell stories real quick. Then I want to get on to Ruins because I really, really want to focus on that. Like I said, Left of Reason and then Hallowell. I remember Sean calling me up one day and saying, hey, you want to do a run with us up north? And I think we went to Marionette and then went to Escanaba.
Mm-hmm.
There might have been another show in there somewhere. But I remember that night in Marionette.
Mm-hmm.
It was us. It was Left of Reason, Hallowell. Was there another band? Or did we all just have a bunch of people with us?
Almost Nothing came with.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we played the show. It was a great show. It's fun. then all of a sudden we get on, let's go to Perkins. We'll leave for Escanaba in the morning. Let's not leave tonight.
Yeah.
And everybody gets hammered.
Yeah.
And a certain member of our band got really hammered.
Yeah.
What? No way.
And our roadie decided, I'm going to sleep on the bus. And we go to Perkins. So in walk these three bands and their little entourages, loud as can be.
Yeah.
And Perkins automatically takes us to our own room, surrounded by
That's
glass,
right.
with doors, and close the doors on us.
Yeah.
And a certain member, we won't give up his name, was on loop. He'd had enough to drink where he was on loop. I need steak medallions. I need steak medallions. I need steak medallions. Needless to say, in the next LOR CD, there's a song called Steak Medallions.
Yeah. Gosh, dang. That's such a good night, man. That was so much fun.
Well, the only other night that I think might even been better is the next
In that
night.
church, yeah, that
Oh
was
my
great.
God, the church, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Huffington, that was completely different.
Yeah.
And I don't remember a ton about the show, honestly.
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't think most people do. But it was in a legit church, and this guy lived in the church, like up in the choir balcony.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And but the basement was all still there. I mean, pews were still there, everything, and
Yeah.
there was so much alcohol that night. It was ridiculous, and other things. I remember a circle
That
of
next
people
morning
standing.
was rough.
I remember the circle of people standing in a circle in that basement, and there were more bowls than people. Because the one time I'm standing there with two, and I'm looking around, and everybody else has one. I'm
Yeah,
like, what the hell? And all of a sudden, people start disappearing. I'm like, what's going on? And I look around, and somebody's sleeping on this pew. There's people upstairs crashed underneath pews.
Yeah.
And Billy and I head out to the van and crash out there. We get up about 7:30 in the morning, like, hey, we got to get the guys. We got to go home. He's like, I'm like, how are we getting in there? I open up the back door. Smoke literally rolls out of the door, out of his church, right? I'm like, oh, we're going to hell.
That whole night was like, we should be doing this in this building.
And the only weirder part is I hear people. How's anybody awake after that night? Like Ryan said, it was a rough morning.
Yeah.
It was a really rough morning. Nope. There's Sean and Matt sitting down there at the bottom. Haven't been to bed yet.
Yeah.
Got a
Hadn't
bottle of
moved the
whiskey each
spot.
in their hand.
Yeah. They're still standing in that little kitchenette, just still in the same exact spot from like 7 hours before that. Yeah.
For the record, I was number 3. I couldn't hang, but I was number 3.
Yeah.
I was up for a while.
You found a nice,
How am I passed out?
comfortable, rock hard pew to sleep on. Yeah.
Yep, found one. Had my name all over it.
I think I called on quits when somebody found an old Nintendo game that I'd never
Yes.
played. And I beat everybody at the game, and then I went and decided to do a mic drop with it, and everybody went to kill me. Yeah, that was a great night.
Yeah.
That was a great run. I had a blast on that run.
Same. For sure.
And then of course we played, the back bar. We played Hijinks. We all talk about that place. Ruins, though. What are you guys doing coming out of the gate? I mean, you got to come out hard.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Apparently, we have to come on hard.
I don't know. I think we're gonna kind of honestly take it easy. I don't know. I don't want to speak for all of us, but I got burnt out doing the Hello stuff, like the professional side of it, and getting the music out and trying to talk to radio stations and stuff and book shows. So I think we're kind of gonna have a little bit more fun with it this time, and just try really hard to play for the people that want to see us instead of try to get in front of as many people as possible, and just play the shows that are fun to us. Was I think what our plan was, but once we start playing, that might change. But it depends on how much fun it is and everything. But I don't know.
I don't know any band who's never played a show that has over 5,300 likes on Facebook.
Yeah, Yeah, that'll be
Somebody,
interesting.
I'm just saying, there's people out there that want to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And so I'm thinking your guys' first show is going to be, I don't know if you guys realize how big it is going to be.
We'll see if people remember us at that point. Remember who we
Right,
are.
yeah.
We might do some
Send out that
secret
Facebook
shows,
message and
so
it goes under.
Mhm.
we might do some secret shows for like our closest fans at some small bar, just to kind of dust ourselves off and see how it goes. And that
Yeah.
might be as big as we get. We'll see. I mean, that's pretty interesting to us, is if we can go to a place and play there for a couple hours and maybe control the sound and lights ourselves and not have to deal with a lot of the stuff we've had to deal with in the past.
Yeah. And it's we have the Ruin Nation stuff, and so being able to do the small shows for the people that have kind of been with us the whole time and like have been reaching out while we've been away and stuff, I don't know, that's kind of special to us, is be able to really have the show be less of a show and more of like a celebration with all the people that are there and that kind of know everybody. That sounds like a lot of fun. But obviously, it'll go somewhere for that. But oh no, it says remaining meeting time 9 minutes.
Yeah, so I just saw that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. We can keep
Yeah,
rocking
go till-
until it's done and then
Until it kicks us.
pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was afraid is going to happen. I already upgraded to pro, so it's pissing me off. But anyways,
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's okay.
So I think that's great. But if that gets leaked out, I just think there's a lot of people really want to see what you guys do. I mean, there's
I hope
zero
so.
doubt about your guys' talent. There's none.
Thank you.
There's zero doubt about how fun you guys are on stage. I mean, you put on a fun, good show. It's not like you're going to go see a show with, 3 guys just standing there playing their instruments and, yeah, we're here.
Yeah. That won't happen.
I never got that feeling
No.
anytime I've seen any one of the 3 of you on stage in whatever configuration. I mean, it's just not who you guys are. And you're a topic. You're a big topic when I'm around other music people.
Oh, interesting.
And it's
Well, I think it says a lot, though. Like, sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. It's always hard not to talk over people when you're on Zoom. What was I going to say? Oh, I think it just says a lot for what we want to do with Ruins. Like, we loved, obviously, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but we loved playing Hallowell stuff. And the fun side of it was always important to us that, like, yeah, we can do all of this professional stuff and travel all over, whatever. But, like, if it's not fun anymore, what's the point in doing it? So I think, with the end of the Hallowell days, it was kind of like at some point, once it got to be not fun, it's like, well, now I'm just forcing myself to go through the motions, and that's not what I'm about. I don't think that's what we were about. So being able to change gears like that for sure and have that fun, whether we play to 200 people, 1,000 people, 5 people, whatever, like just to have those people there that really just enjoy your company. I think that's more important than, whatever else experience we have. It's like, I just want to hang out with friends, that kind of thing, and just have a good time.
Yeah. We do have a lot of fun playing it. Just that's mostly just the 3 of us been playing together for like 10 years now. And it's just, I mean, with the Left Reason guys, it's just natural. It's like just hanging out when you're doing it. So to not have fun on stage doing it would, I don't know, it'd be weird to just stand there.
Well, unfortunately, none of us has made enough money to force ourselves to be able to do something we don't want to do.
Right.
At the level that Ruins or even Hallowell, its greatest height. I mean, I can go down a whole bunch of bands we know. The Altreas and Left of Reason. They never got to the point where this is what I do for a living.
Oh, gosh, no. Yeah.
And as professional as I think all of those bands I just named are, and you guys also, if it's not fun, then why?
Right.
I mean, if you don't have
Right.
fun, and I guess the passion, and I think fun and passion go together.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not there, then I get it. I understand. That's why I try to explain to some people like, well, I don't understand why so and so left the band. He wasn't having fun anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I mean, it sucks, but I do get it and I understand it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where like that's like anything in life, where it's like you could have a passion for something, but if you don't enjoy doing something, that all that hard work and whatever you have to do to accomplish something, like if you're not having fun, you're not going to do it. Like, why would you want to,
I'd agree with that. So you're talking about playing smaller shows and kind of feeling it out and seeing where it goes from there? Or are you looking to do a show that says we're back and invite a couple other bands? Or
I think we're talking about doing small and taking it from there, but I don't know. We haven't even started a rehearsal yet for it, so we haven't really fully thought it out, but just the thought, like, I know we've done big, like, comeback shows and record release shows and stuff in the past, and, that coming up with the venue, talking about splits, doing ticket sales, talking to radio about promotion for it and giveaways and all that stuff, it's a lot of stress and work for it, and I think we just want to not have to worry about that for our first couple back and just really feel the fun of it instead of the work half of it. Not because we don't want to do the work half of it, it's just we did so much before, and this is all the Ruin stuff so far has just been complete fun, pretty much. Nothing's really gone weird or wrong or been stressful, so we just kind of want to keep it that way. And it's what we do the music for is for us, and hopefully people come along with us for it and enjoy it. But when it comes down to it, we make the music we make and play together because it's fun for us. So we kind of want to do the shows that are the most fun for us, at least to start, which is always the smallest ones. The most fun show I've ever played was at Club Garibaldi before it closed, and there were 3 people watching because they refused. We picked it up as a favor on the day of, and like it was the messiest show as far as the owners of the venue and stuff like that. But we came and played with the Brock Betts band and what's the other band's name from Nebraska? Freakabout. And something happened where the band dropped off, so us and the Brock Betts band were like, yeah, we'll do it. And it was like the day before. We're like, yeah, we'll be there tomorrow and we'll play the show. And the venue refused to promote it. They even shut the doors. They're like, you guys can play back here. The sound guy's like, if I touch that board, you're paying me money. Well, so there was like nothing set up, so we just cranked up our amps and played that way. And our just super, super regulars showed up because we didn't have any time to promote it. And it was by far the most fun show we've ever played. Like Brock Betts came up on stage with us for like a song or something, and like we were just on stage with each other just messing around, and it was a great time. And I'd like to have that sort of environment at our first couple shows back, just to kind of rekindle and re-feel kind of like why we were doing the shows. Because I mean, making music is fun in itself, so the type of show we play, I don't want to dive in too far and kind of have that, tainted at all, and let us like feel that stress from it, and like the little parts that we didn't necessarily enjoy, I don't really want to bring those back too fast or ease our way back into them a little bit so that we don't kind of ruin what we have.
Got that. Got it.
Yeah, ruin what we have going.
And I, the way you say that, I understand it. I think that's fair. It's very fair, because Hollowell, once again, you guys were busy, and you were a wanted commodity. Honestly, personally, I think right now you're even more of a wanted commodity.
Yeah. Supply and demand. Right now there's no supply, so there's demand.
Yeah.
Well, I know a certain guy, and I won't name him by name or anything, but he's called Mr. Streeter probably about 6 or 7 times for some bigger shows.
Yeah.
No, in about 2 or 3 months, man.
Yeah.
2 or 3 months later, hey.
You got to remember, we cut our teeth for a long time before you even knew us, and we got to do that same process again of, knowing. I mean, a lot of times it's I'm just redoing the show. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same every time. And so we need to get to that point where we know what we're doing. So
Yeah,
and
we
don't
walk
wanna
on
do
stage
that.
and we're comfortable.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I've got a plan for you guys.
Okay.
You got it tonight. You know, I shouldn't wait just a second because it's.
Oh yeah, you got less than a minute.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
wait. Just let it run
Let's
out.
just leave the meeting and start a new one.
Yeah, right away.
Okay.
All right, I'll
Okay.
be right back with you guys. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay. Bye.
Ain't doing that again.
Just cut me out of the first half. That's the first whatever it is.
Okay, we're back, and Max, we can now hear Max a lot better because
Oh, hello.
out
How
of his
are
ass.
you?
So
I was at the racetrack, so sorry about that.
That's why he's got the fake background. Is there's just people walking around behind him and everything.
That's
Yeah.
I
privacy.
don't want people to know. Ah,
So what I was going to tell you guys, the manager side of me is coming through. I talked to some of my friends from California a couple weeks ago on this show from a band called Pump 5. They've been around a lot of years. And they said some of their funnest shows they ever had was they used to do what they called crash and jam. And I was like, what is that? He goes, dude, we do it all the time. He goes, we would go and play like an early show somewhere and we would leave and really not want to go home. You know, they wanted to keep playing. So they would pick a bar, just show up, drag all their equipment in, set up and play. Bartender would be like, well, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, we're playing tonight.
yeah, they would know. Yeah,
Nobody in the bar would know they were coming.
yeah.
And their singer would distract the security guy, distract the bartender or whatever. And the bartender would be on the phone like, hey, there's a band here saying they're supposed to play. The owner's like, well, do they want money? And he's like, no, they just want beer. And he goes, I'll give them beer.
Nice.
There you go.
Free
Yeah.
entertainment.
That sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. And I was like,
That's awesome.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were talking about doing some of the smaller stuff or, you know, maybe send out a quick little notice to your close friends that you were talking about. Like, hey, show up at Jimmy Joe Bob's tonight and, you know, there might be a surprise. And then just
Yeah.
walk in and start setting up. And have the owner like,
Just be like, yeah, Joe sent me.
Why
Joe
are we-
said it's fine. He set it up. We don't have a Joe here. Well, I talked to a Joe. Did you figure out-
well, Sean, you're such a good talker to everybody anyways. You could be bullshitting everybody. Meanwhile,
Good to know.
Meanwhile-
I didn't know I was good at that.
meanwhile, you know, Max and Ryan and a couple friends would be just setting up the stage.
Yeah.
The time they get to the owner, it's like, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check.
Yeah. Oh, they need me on stage. Sorry. Great to meet you. I got to play right now. Yeah. Yeah, that'd go great. That would be fun. Just set up at the back bar. We're on this bill, right? Yeah, I talked to Bob. Yep, we're supposed to be direct
Yeah.
support, and then
We
we're
know
on-
names, so yeah.
Yeah, we know names. Yeah,
What you need to do is, if you do it at the back bar, it says Bob said so.
yeah.
He absolutely hates that. Bob said. I worked for him for 6 years. If he ever said, if anybody ever came up to us and said, well, Bob said, we were supposed to look right at him and say, you're a fucking liar.
I don't think Bob ever actually booked us for anything. It was always somebody else, and that like he didn't have to deal with anybody, so he did it the right way. But yeah, I would totally understand if anybody said Bob said, I'd be like, I've never talked to the guy.
Right.
Man, these must be important people.
But what I think it would, you know, take Madison. Take a place that sometimes has live music. If you have your own little PA,
Yeah.
just show up, unannounced, set up.
Just
Wow.
go for it.
Watch
Just do
for
it
us,
out in a
it'll just
field
backfire.
somewhere.
People start throwing stuff at us. Get off the stage. We don't want music here. Oh, it's like a country bar. We picked the wrong one.
Like the Blues Brothers.
Out here.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an idea where we could do it. How about McDonald's? I think.
Oh.
That's, yeah. Yep.
Let's do
There you
it.
go.
Play place. Yeah, right in the ball pit.
In
Yeah.
the ball
No
pit.
more ball pit.
We just have to buy at least a small fry so we can get the Wi-Fi password so our stuff works. Yeah. And then it'll be good.
Happy Meals around the house.
Heck no, those things are like $5 each
I
now.
was gonna say they're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And the shake
it's
machine's
funny.
probably
It's funny you
broken,
brought
so
up
don't
McDonald's
count.
into the Playland. Is this same band also played 3 shows at preschools?
Oh,
Jeez.
Once
Okay.
upon a time. Once upon a time, they said when they were first coming up, there's some kids party. So they showed up, and it was a preschool. and they had, their first CD was really, really incredible. And they're playing, and it was funny because they're both like, yeah, the single moms loved it. You know, kids never came out to playground. I mean, they played for the parents, but they were like, did we find our niche? You know, because as soon as they were done, they got booked at another one and got paid nice. You know, I was like, a preschool. Now I'm not doing that. That's too creepy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stick to churches and Escanaba. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
That's
that's, probably,
pretty
that's the line right there. That's
Yeah,
as far as
churches.
I go. That's funny.
So we talked about the new CD's out, correct?
No secret.
Yes and no. We put out the first song publicly, and then everything else is on our private Facebook group, the Brew Nation thing. So if you just put your email in and log into our website, you can get all the music for free. It's not on Spotify or anything like that, and we're not going to do CDs and stuff. Just because it was always weird to us, so you got to pay $1,000 to sell the CDs for $8, and you're making $1.50 or whatever on it. But I mean, we handmade them, so it was just sweat equity instead of paying money. But still, all the time to put into it. We're like, most people. How many people still put the CD in their car, anyways? And it's just a
Fortunately,
lot
they don't
of
have CD players anymore in cars.
right. So we're just releasing them a single at a time, just digitally, and just for free. And we're not even going to copyright them, so people can put them in their YouTube videos or whatever. Just, I don't know. It's kind of more fun at least for us to see people use it and interact with the music instead of just, hey, I listen to you guys on Spotify, and then 6 months later we get 73 cents or something. And
You
So
get paid a lot.
yeah, right. I think the biggest the biggest deposit we ever made from Spotify was like $73 for a whole quarter, and that was a big deal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, we had $73 come in one time. Yeah, I wasn't gonna call them and be like, hey, this is too much. You should look into this.
You give us too much money. One extra zero on there. Whoops.
Yeah, should have been $7.30. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, honestly, the social media platforms, they're a necessary evil.
I
the
wouldn't
bands.
have one if it wasn't for it.
For sure.
That if the bands want to make it or they want to get their music out to the masses, and no matter how they want to do it.
Mhm.
I mean, if you guys never want to play a show and you just want to continue to make music by yourselves and put it out there for people to see, you have to do it. You need social media.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I think that so many of these necessary evils have just absolutely raped, murdered, and pillaged all these bands. You know,
Yeah.
and the only one that seems to do anything anymore is YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's only if you can get a channel with enough subscriptions. By the way, subscribe to Rock Talk with the Silver Fox on YouTube. Please do.
Heck yeah. And since we've started with it, Facebook has always been the easiest one to get because you can make the groups and stuff, and so easy to like sell stuff like tickets on it, and you can post videos to it and everything like that. It was always the easiest to get in touch with people that want to go to shows or buy merch or something like that or get the song out. But since we've stopped playing and stuff, it seems like any little thing that we put out, even for other business Facebook pages that I have or that we have, it's like to get anybody to see it that doesn't already see all your stuff, it costs money for everything now.
Yes.
like to get any impressions on anything, and that's another thing that we're going to have to
Algorithms.
relearn how to do now that we're going to be doing stuff. We have to figure out hopefully a way around of having a paid. That's kind of where we're doing the private Facebook group too, because we know these are all the diehards that have all been with us the whole time. We know they're going to want to hear this stuff. They're going to want to go to the shows. We can put it out to them, ask them to share it if they want to, but then that way we don't have to pay for it to go in front of them because it's a Facebook group, so they see whatever goes to it, and so hopefully that kind of helps a little bit. But anything publicly is just a nightmare now.
Yeah.
Way to go, Ryan.
It wasn't me.
Oh no,
There was definitely a feedback loop going.
I saw the look on your face. Like,
Oh, I heard it, and I was like, that's not me. I got headphones on.
I would agree with you because once upon a time, Facebook, and I'm going to show my age here, and there was times where I'd be out in California where you go down to Hollywood and there would just be, every post covered with band flyers.
Yeah.
And bands down there just handing out stuff.
Yeah.
Well, with the advent of the internet, we were able to reach, in the beginning, a lot more people. And then Facebook really helped us do that. And then Mr. Zuckerberg decided that he wasn't making enough money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and everything to me has been so fractured. I mean, it's so easy to record and to even learn how to play well by watching free YouTube videos. It's like anybody can be in a band and record and have a website and make a video. And it's like, I think we're the only band in the area. It's like, no, there's 1,000 bands doing the same thing. And it just blows my mind every time. And it's like, it's oversaturated sort of. So it's like, nothing's going to break through. Like they say, there's not going to be another Metallica. You know what I mean? One band that's huge. There's going to be 1,000 bands that play a show once in a while.
It's great and it's terrible. As a fan, it's the best thing ever because you can find, there's so many bands out there. You can find the exact sound that's your favorite and find 5 of those bands where you can just loop them. Like that's my Spotify is like 5 different bands and they're the exact sound that really that I enjoy the most. They're like, and I don't need to find more new music. I don't care what's on the radio and stuff like that because that's just, I don't need to listen to that to find something I like because there's so many bands and you can find them anywhere. It's so easy to find the exact sound you want. But as a band, trying to stick out from that or getting people to care about you over this one or come to the show versus watch this Netflix show on your couch or just watch somebody stream it on YouTube. It's really tough to find a place to fit. But so as a fan of music, I love it. As a band, it's rough. But I don't know.
There's a saying I used to say quite a bit, and it's very much true today, is video killed the radio star. But I think the internet killed the rock star.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
that. Yeah.
It's the one thing I'll disagree with Max on is there's no way a good band and a good musician doesn't have it in their DNA. Because I personally have said this, I think in every video I've done, every interview, I can play a little bit of bass, I can play a little bit of guitar, I can play a little bit of drums. And I suck at them all badly. Like really, I won't do it publicly because I embarrass myself because of course I surround myself with people that can do it very well. I can get behind Max's drum kit and carry a little beat for a minute. Not a song. Don't ask me to put a fill or change the timing. But it's something you have to have in you, and the really good ones work hard at it, and they just continue to make their craft even better. For people like me, who would love to do that. It sucks, but
Right.
I'm so happy that there's people that can do that. Now, on the other hand, getting yourself out there onto the internet or to record, technology has changed that game altogether. Because once upon a time, you toured to support an album. Now you have a CD to support a tour.
Yep.
Yeah, to sell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
not-
we're pretty happy with the fact that you can just record in a bedroom because that's all we do.
Right.
Yeah. If we had to pay for recording, I think this probably would have been over for us a long time ago. It's just, yeah. Luckily, everything
It
we've
gets
done is pretty much
expensive.
sweat equity. Like, we haven't put a lot of money into it other than gear and
Yeah,
rehearsal
but I
space
mean, you
rent.
guys went to school to learn how to do all this stuff, and you've had a lot of experience doing it.
We
and
went to school and we were supposed to learn how to do this kind of stuff, and that didn't happen.
Right.
Yeah.
We learned all technology. We learned all the stuff that you should do like 50 years ago. Or something.
Yeah.
Oh, here's all the stuff that we don't
you're
actually
in the
do
military,
anymore.
I
You
hear.
should learn this.
Yeah, I learned
But,
how
you
to
know,
mix on an
I will
SSL
say,
board
like-
and outboard gear to finish it up in my basement.
Right. Yeah, when I take out a loan for $1 billion so I can have that same board and know how to use it.
Right.
But no, I think it goes back to like, you know, in hindsight, you know, could we just Googled all this stuff and YouTube stuff and figured out how to do this on our own? Yeah, for sure. But like, if I didn't go to school there and didn't drop 40 grand or whatever it costed, like I wouldn't have met Sean and I wouldn't have met Max. So it's like things happen for a reason. You have to, you know, it got me out of whatever cycle I was going through with college, trying to figure out what I wanted to do at that point in my life. So, I mean, it is one of those things where if you can do it yourself and you have the means to do it, you know, now with the way things are with YouTube and Google and stuff, like you can learn any skill. You can do anything you want. You know, you just have to be able to take the time to do it, you know. So I feel like for us it's helpful that we can do it the way we want to do it. But sorry to backtrack too far, but when you're talking about the whole social media thing, like it's one of those things where it feels like you can succeed in it, but you have to be able to want to massage those relationships where it's like you really have to care and be personable and talk to as many people as possible, but be genuine and not just trying to like sell stuff or like, oh, I messaged 300 people today. It's like, well, if it was just a spam email to say, buy my record, they're going to be like, fuck you, leave me alone, you know? But if it's genuine, you're caring about the person. And it goes back to like our smaller shows and the people that have supported us for so long. It's like, those mean something because I know those people, like they know us, you know, we've been a bunch of different places with those people. So I feel like just that kind of environment is what you try to create, no matter how big or small it is. It's like everyone wants to come for the same reason instead of like, oh, I came to see this band and what time do you guys play? Oh, you guys play at 7. All right,
absolutely
hate that frickin' question.
And it just, it becomes a collective group of just random people who don't care about anyone else other than what they're doing, which is, it's totally cool if that's what they want. But like at the end of the day, you want that whole group of people to be one together where it's like, this is a huge party. This is awesome, no matter how big or small it is. So it's
Saturday we're
it's
playing
a
our
fine
first
line
show.
to how hard you want to work with it.
Right, I'd agree with you on that.
What's that?
Saturday we play our first show of the year, and I've already been texted. What time are you guys going on?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
it's so much worse than it's what time does the headliner go on if you're not headlining. But I even hate it when it's for us. What time do you go on? I'm like, I don't know. It's like kind of whatever they're going to get off, and then the changeovers it might switch. So just say the whole time. Just don't ask that stupid question.
Right.
My answer right now is doors open at 7.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's kind of one
You're
of those
right,
things too,
Ryan.
like if you want to know what time someone. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to.
No, you're right. Go ahead, please.
What was I going to say? Oh, just about like, you know, if people asking what time, it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, if you really wanted to know and you were really deep down, like cared, or you had something going on or whatever, like more than likely, because we like to have people come to our stuff, there's probably a flyer. There's probably something on Facebook somewhere, like just a quick search. If you really need that information, it's probably out there, but like to just straight up ask a band, like, you're destroying the whole thing by like just cherry picking what you want to do, you know. Yeah.
And most of the time it's like,
Fine
well,
line.
those other bands are our friends. Can you please check them out too?
Right, exactly. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because you kind of hate the other bands if their fans leave when they're done. You know what I mean? Like, you can't help but be like, oh, well, you didn't have your people stick around. You know what I mean? Like, there's just kind of that feeling of, okay, you know, those were your people and they wouldn't stick around. So
Yeah.
You know,
Why are we going to play another show with you if you just like, okay, let's get out of here now. This other band's
Yeah.
getting on. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You drive to Reno, Nevada, play a show. The local opens up. They pack up all their shit and take all their fans when they're done, and we're standing there with like 2 people.
Yeah.
That's only happened to us a couple times, and it's just rough. It sucks.
We've actually had the other way too, where I don't remember what show it was, where we actually did really well and did nothing to take the crowd away from the other bands. But I think there was just this level of expectations of like, you need to go talk to every single person that's here and let them know that the next band is going to be BA and they need to stick around. And like, some people laughed, some people didn't, but it was a big deal at the end of the night that like, you guys packed the house and then had everybody leave. And it's like, we did nothing.
We literally just went to put our gear away, and the singer went to the merch booth, and we were loading up the trailer, and then we come back in, and everyone's gone. We're like, whoops. But like, we've been to ones where the band is with the people that left, and it's like, oh, now the party starts. We want to party with our fans that came and not here. Like, that's just kind of a jerk move. But
I'm sorry. I do more than just Left of Reason. I put on a lot of shows. You guys know this.
yeah,
I've seen bands literally get done and they play like second or third, or first or second, and then they got a party that they're going to. And they literally leave the show, and then I'll have the nerve to try to get a hold of me later that night or the next day. Hey, when can we get our money?
I left it in your spot.
Yeah.
You never picked it up, right?
Set the venue. Go ahead, back and do it.
oh gosh. I don't know if we've ever left a show.
Oh,
No.
Our singers have left.
Yeah.
One singer left every single show right after. Always had something to go do, an emergency. But I don't think the 3 of us have ever left a show before.
No, we're
The
first
last
in
one's
and
out.
last out. Yep, every time.
yep. First
Yeah.
in, last out.
Yeah.
Because it's a fun night, and you get to play music in between it. You know what I mean?
All the
And most
practice
of the time
and
we had
stuff
to
was
work
for
the
that
next day.
experience. All the
Yeah.
practice was for that experience. Why do we want to cut it short? You know?
Right.
And I think one thing a lot of people don't realize, especially with band guys, is we have lives. You know,
Yeah.
we have real lives. We have
Yep.
wives and kids and mortgages and all that fun stuff. So a lot of times going out to a show is our night out.
It's vacation.
Yeah, it's our night out. So I never understood leaving early. Every once in a while, I get it. Hey, I've got to fly out in 2 hours. I'm catching a flight. Out somewhere for whatever. Okay, once in a while, I'll give you that. But lucky for me, I'm at the stage in life where my kids are grown and everything, so I don't have to worry about all the life things. But I still don't leave shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad form.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran into Max, especially like when Hijinks was open. I ran into Max many times at different shows at different places. And he's there usually somewhere in the middle of the first band, and he's there to the end. He's not even playing.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing to do. Yep.
Yeah.
I remember we played for Whalen once at the back bar, and I was sick as all hell. And I had to leave afterwards and drive home by myself from Janesville to Oregon. And I went up to him like, I'm not going to shake your hand because I'm so sick, but I have to leave. I was in one of the bands, and I'm sorry. I felt really bad, but at least I said something to him. I felt pretty bad about that, but I was like a walking sick bomb, just waiting to get other people infected. So I was like, I'm out of here. That's it.
I did leave one show because I blew my knee out and I had to go to the hospital.
Oh,
How
that's
dare
right.
you? You're such a terrible person. How could you just leave with something like that?
Oh, that sucks.
Dude, the hospital doesn't cut it. Morgue, I'll give you. Hospital,
Suck it up.
Yeah. Oh,
put
that
some
was rough.
dirt on it. You'll be fine.
Pretty much did. We went out back, and Dax, with his medical expertise, was trying to pop stuff back in place. And we're like, all right, we're going to the hospital. This is
I
This
didn't
is
need
not
to be
how
a
this is
doctor
supposed
to
go.
look at your knee and be like, yeah, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, your kneecap's over here. It's supposed to be there.
Something's not in the right position, so
Yeah.
probably should go in.
Yeah.
Why is it not bending?
Yeah.
Right.
No, the problem is when it was only bending. And that's I couldn't keep
yeah,
it straight.
right.
Yeah. It was like it was doing that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It was great.
But he
I
finished the show.
I
I
did.
say,
Yeah.
were you there for that show?
I don't
was a
think
hot-
Buck
it
was
was-
on that one.
It was Hollow Sun, right? So we were still playing early Hallowell stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and you are standing on a cord, a
I
guitar
was
cord or
rocking
something,
out,
like
and
cable?
I stepped back with one foot on a cable, and it slipped out, and I kind of kneeled sideways, and I just felt it go out. And I've had surgeries on my knees and stuff from sports when I was younger, and I went over to Max, I'm like, I blew my knee out, and we're in the middle of a song. He just goes, no idea what I'm saying.
I no idea. I think we got to like the second to last song, and finally that's when Sean was like looking over me like, I blew out my knee. I'm like, oh shit, his knee's gone. Like I had no idea what happened. And then it was like after he leaves the stage, I'm like, okay, I get why. So I'm trying to get everything off the stage, but like, yeah, I'm just having a good old time rocking out. Well, this is awesome. He's over there probably in serious pain. I'm like, I had no idea.
Yeah,
Just
and that
blew
was
shit up.
that was the first night of a run because we had a run. I went to the hospital and I got the immobilizer brace and a cane, and so I went to the next show and I played it with my leg and a brace, and I walked in with a cane. I was carrying gear in one hand and had a cane in the other hand. That was super fun.
Those of you who've never seen Sean is not a small man.
No,
he's-
yeah,
No, he's a big boy. And I don't mean in a fat way. I mean, he can,
Tall.
he's tall.
Taller than Max and I. He's just tall.
yeah.
And he's good at
I
moving
fill
stuff.
a door frame. I fill a door frame. We'll say that.
And he's good at moving stuff. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard when he's out of business to get a new mover. One of our biggest shows was playing Rockfest up north, and we played after Alice in Chains. So Alice in Chains opened for us, and we were on a side. We were on a side stage while everybody was leaving, and we got to play in front of thousands of people as they were walking out. And Sean cracked one of the vertebrae in his back, right?
Yeah. 2 days before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm playing it. It's happening. Yeah.
So we had one of his friends came to be the mover for Sean, and that's pretty much all Zach did, right? That's who filled in.
Jason. Yeah.
Jason. I always
Jason
say-
Henry. Shout out if you watch this, man. Thanks
Yeah.
a bunch. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's
right.
also a very big dude.
He helped a lot.
Shoulders to bottom, he's this much wider than I am, and
wow.
but we all slept in our. We thought we were going to get to go into the tent area and camp with and like hang out with people. People were like, oh, we got an RV, you can sleep with us. Nope, we were all in our van, including the extra person who is bigger than I am, and that was wonderful. And I had a broken back, just we were all sleeping in the van. It was awesome. Oh man.
well, it's like when before I was working with the guys at Left Reason, they played Rockfest, and they played 13 sets in 3 days.
That's right.
They would basically set up, tear down, move to another tent,
Yeah,
set
yeah.
up, tear down, move to another tent.
God.
And they got to play like one set on the big stage. They were only supposed to play 12. And it was the night that Rob Zombie's voice was bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that night there, they were tearing down and stuff, and they came to him because they were trying to get paid. And basically, the guys at Cadot said, well, Rob Zombie's not going to be able to go because of his throat shot. You know, he was going to the hospital for his throat. So we're setting you guys up in a tent, and we're putting up barricades and trying to keep people away from you just in case a riot breaks out.
Oh my God.
Have fun with that. Oh man.
Go ahead and
No,
put
If you want
damage
to get
control
paid,
for
there's
us.
the stage.
Yeah. People are going to lose their mind, and we need your help. So if you want to get paid, start playing.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, our day was long just being there and in the sun and walking around. And we walked around and handed flyers to people and CDs and stuff. Be like, hey, we're playing late. I can't even imagine setting up and tearing down and playing multiple shows. I know how exhausted we were, just to imagine how exhausted those guys were.
Yeah.
All you guys, I'm assuming you were also there helping set up and
Actually,
down.
it was not. It was their previous manager that I took
Oh.
over for. who,
Okay.
quite frankly, she was fantastic. So
It's got to be a long day.
yes. So you're basically going to start with the
Even the
smaller
one time we
shows.
played Bratfest.
Oh, Bratfest? That was
Sorry.
totally different. Yeah, it was pouring
We're in
rain.
Bratfest.
Yeah,
Bratfest
but I
this
mean,
year,
even
boys.
for us, like that one.
Dude,
What's that?
yes.
Is there Bratfest this year?
Yeah, and we had to.
Yeah, we're booked on it already.
Nice.
That was one of the funnest Bratfests ever. You guys,
I highly
us-
disagree.
It was pouring rain the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah.
My
Yeah.
kid puked all over himself. No, that was not fun at all.
Oh, man. And we
you
had to-
guys, us and Altrea, and when that rain came, it filled the tent.
yeah,
that's
that
true.
did happen. But then, we had those huge cases that we had to like haul over the mud, and we had to convince the girl. She's like, "Oh, we all share this like 3-piece drum set." And I'm like, "I don't."
Oh, yeah.
I know Billy's
Yeah,
set.
Max, you
and-
got me in so much trouble with Billy that day.
Yeah.
Because I turned around and said, no, you got to play that. And then Max hauled his shit up there, and Billy's like, fuck you. I'm going to get my shit right now.
I thought she's like, we only have a half hour for changeovers. I'm like, okay, hold on, time out. We're used to 10 minutes and everyone yelling at us at little
Yeah.
tiny clubs.
Yeah.
This is going to be no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone can use their own drum set and
Yeah.
it'll be fine. Yeah.
But so you guys started with the smaller shows. You got to release your stuff on digital. And you said you had a new video coming out.
We're going to shoot it on 2 weeks from now, 3
Or
weeks.
the 20th we start shooting?
Mm-hmm.
Or the 20th we're shooting?
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun one. We're doing something a little different. It's not it's not unusual. It's kind of the same way too. It's not the normal music video with the performance part and everything like that. And we're going to do like one where we kind of act and do some fun stuff to make it a little bit more of a different music video. But I don't really want to give away too much because that's kind of the point of the video, is that it's got a twist in it, a
Right,
fun
yeah.
one. Yeah. But it's going to be, again, it's going to
We've
be
been
fun for us
rehearsing,
to
let's
do.
just say that.
Yeah, we've had to do a lot of rehearsing for it.
Okay, is there anything you guys want to put out there for anybody before we start wrapping this thing up?
Yeah, go to ruinsmusic.com and join the Ruin Nation. That's our private Facebook group. We have it set up. There's a whole separate merch store for it, so you get exclusive merch, discounts on tickets. Once tickets are a thing, you get all of our music for free, behind the scenes when we're shooting our music videos and when we're writing and recording, and it's completely free. It's just the way we can get in contact with you. It's where all of our closest friends and fans kind of follow us, and there's a group where we all kind of chat in there, and we go live. We even play video games. We do like Let's Plays and stuff in there. It's really fun.
Awesome. Awesome. I really want to thank you guys for doing this, and I hope you understand it's all in good fun when I keep saying, come on out. I mean, I am excited, very excited to see you guys play again. But
Thank you.
I really, like I said, I've been around the block with you guys a few times, and it's you're good people, you're good friends, and I know there's people who are kind of want to know what's going on with Ruins. And if they don't belong to your Facebook group or your web page, then hopefully they can see that and know that. Like I said, honestly, I really think you're one of the most successful bands around that hasn't played a show.
We will eventually. We're getting there.
I do my research and stuff, and I'm like, these motherfuckers have 5,300 likes on this page.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's just where we just had to start completely over. We trashed everything about a year and a half, 2 years ago now, and had to completely start over, figure out how we can do it as a 3-piece, and then start over writing music and just really start from the beginning. So it's like going from joining together as a band, like the time it takes to have enough material to play a show. That's where we're at right now. We've got the material. It's all recorded. We're releasing them periodically publicly, and next thing is a music video, and then we're going to rehearse for shows. So it'll be soon. We're coming.
Very excited, guys. I want to thank you guys very much. So basically, I'm trying to think what else I have to put out there for everybody. Hang on a quick second. I think my next show. Oh, they haven't confirmed yet. Never mind. I'm not going to say it until they confirm. But other than that, I
If you
want to
say it,
thank
then
you
they
guys.
have to be on.
Yeah, you're committing them right now. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
On the spot.
Don't worry, it's fine. It's,
It's
Yeah, there's-
Metallica, isn't it?
it's material.
It is. Yes, damn it, fucking Lars. You know, like I said, I've everybody I have on here. I have nobody on here I don't like. I don't like them as if I think you're a dick, you're not going to be on here. If I don't like
Gotta
your
have
music,
fun. Gotta have
you're not going to be on here. I mean, I'm not making any money at this yet until I start getting Bob Kerman to like sponsor me. And so,
You might get some frozen pizzas out of the deal.
Oh,
Hey, I love those frozen pizzas. I'm not complaining. Those
Yeah.
things came in handy at 2 a.m. when you just played. It's been a 6, 7, 8, 10-hour day. Yeah,
Yeah.
those pizzas were awesome.
and 2 drink tickets
yeah,
per band member
Yeah.
on stage.
You know,
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I still have a wooden token somewhere, just randomly. Like I found it the other day. I was like,
Because you guys wouldn't drink them. You
tokens,
give them to me, and I would drink
Yeah.
right, I know.
Me and Max would drink them all. Yeah,
Someone else.
Ryan didn't drink. Jake didn't drink. Dex didn't drink. Sometimes Justin did, but Max and I would just have a whole pile of chips. So we're like, shots. All right.
I remember late at night once you came up to me, you're like, "Oh, do you want me to get the other pizza?" I'm like, "Don't even ask, just go get it." You know, it's just like, keep it coming, drinks, pizza, whatever. Yeah,
We're done
Nice.
playing. Let's go.
Everything's
This out.
loaded. We have no more responsibilities.
right.
Right?
It's like music, beer, and pizza. I'm down. Let's do
Yeah.
this.
And then bands are like, I'm leaving this place. Like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
staying as long as I
Yeah.
can.
We have all we need right here. What do we need to leave for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys very much. Like I said, this will be out on Spotify shortly. And right after that, it'll be out on YouTube. Both of them are Rock Talk with the Silver Fox. Make sure you are checking out their Facebook page, their web page. Make sure you're doing that. These guys are incredibly talented. As you can hear from today, they're a lot of fun guys, and they're very approachable. None of them are like going to just look at you like you're a retard. Like, why are you talking to me? They, they may say that. No, they don't. They actually do really value their fans. So, with that, I'm going to say goodbye to these guys, and I'm also going to tell everybody to have a good day, be safe, and rock on.